opportunity to say what you'd like to say to your 35,000 student constituents here at Cal State Long Beach. We'll start with Congressman Rohrabacher.
Well, we're talking about your future. I graduated from here in 1969, and I went into journalism. I was a journalist for about 10 years prior to going to work for the Reagan White House. And we just have to make sure that there are jobs available for you and an economy that's strong, and we have to make sure that our country's at peace. We're talking about the central issues of the day are security for our country and prosperity that will permit you as individuals to, as our founding father said, seek life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So I think that the low tax strategy that we have been following the Republican Party, which has left $1 trillion in the private sector, rather than taxing it out of the private sector into the public sector over this last 10 years.
I remember from Vietnam, the one thing that we hated the most was that we were lied to. And I had two really close friends. One of them's name was Richard Boyle, and he was infected with Agent Orange. And he died about 14 years after the war ended, and he couldn't get help. He got class 3 support because they wouldn't ever admit that it was the government's fault. Not one member of Congress stood up. Nobody. Nobody stood up for that. And that's two friends of mine that died of leukemia from infection with Agent Orange. I hate that. And that's what I'm seeing now. We need Democrats or Republicans that will stand up and hold them accountable, just like a board of directors. And I think that's the issue. Now, when we look at situations like Katrina, the selling the port operations to Dubai, all these things, it's just pure incompetence, and they should be held accountable for these things at all levels. Why aren't? Yesterday, CBS reported that $800 million was stolen from Iraq, right? That was destined to buy the arms and equipment. And they're only given $1.2 billion to equip them. Now, how does that affect us? Our soldiers are out there fighting. They're fighting longer because the Iraqis are supposed to be trained and equipped, but we don't even have the competency to measure it and get it distributed properly. And $800 million? Like I said, I heard that on CBS yesterday on television, so I don't, it hasn't been out long enough for me to know all the details, but it's too much like the people I talked to from Halliburton and the money that's been misappropriated. We have our own private army there. It wasn't like that in Vietnam. You didn't have that many contractors out there beside the regular troops. They have to be held accountable, and I think that's the biggest issue. Now on the taxes, something that somebody has to explain to me is why, in a time of war, did we lower the taxes at the same time that the Fed was raising the interest rates? I don't understand that. Our own president was working against his own guy, the Fed, and one of them is trying to shrink it down, the other one is trying to pick it up. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that. And when you look at the top economists, they say if you're going to lower taxes in order to stimulate the economy, you do it to the middle class because they'll spend it. They won't just increase their investment portfolio. And I'm tired of hearing these arguments. Well, the percentages, 3% paid, 90%. The last guy that gave me that argument was a client of mine. Says, hey, look, you've got an airplane, you got that boat. We started writing down all the free benefits he gets. How much did you pay in taxes last year? God, he got a good deal. He paid less than anybody else. When you think of the more money you have, the more resources, the more benefits that you get from the federal government. So it's not a straight percentage. You've got to look at it. And I'm a businessman. I just want to see results. That's all I care about. I want everybody to be able to live the American dream, to have an opportunity to get ahead. So that's where I am, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.